What's going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. This time it's Mike Tyson, the Olympic version from Storm Collectibles, and you can order this figure at bigbadtoystore.com. Just click the link down below. So you can see the box here. Storm Toys always has, at least for me, delivers as far as boxes. They're so nice that you can actually, it's kind of like, it reminds me of the Rocky scene where it's painted and all that stuff. Even the back of the box, you can see here Mike Tyson kind of dancing around. It reminds you of that Rocky, mural that they have. It's nice, if you have the space, you can actually use the back box as a backdrop. Even the Mike Tyson Undisputed champion that I have. I mean, unfortunately for me, I don't have the space for this. But for those who does, let's say this is the only thing that you collect, or you have a boxing gym like my buddy does, it's a nice display option. You can put it on anywhere, because this box is just beautiful by itself. So you can see here, so it's shoebox type, and on the top you have the American flag and the signature of Mike Tyson in a silver foil. It's nice. It's a really nice box. This is, I mean, hence the name. It's Olympic version. As we all know, Mike Tyson was the heavyweight, in the Olympics, and I just like I like every aspect of the figure of Mike Tyson. He's not even my favorite boxer, but no doubt he's in my era. And with Punch Out, that was so hard to beat back in the day, that I bought the mini Nintendo just for this. And I think they took out his maybe his likeness is still there, but it's not called Mike Tyson Punch Out anymore. But still, it's, so as you can see here from the inside, this foam kind of reminds you of a DX figure back in the day when it's the DX11 and DX14, even the DX15, I believe, for Captain Jack Sparrow. Got this nice foam, and you can see here the helmet and a bunch of stuff. He doesn't come with a clothes in, which is a good idea, because they do stain, but I don't know if they're gonna stain on this figure, because as you can see here, it's white and blue. Normally the ones that stains are the black fitted ones, like from Enter Bay, for example. If it's tight fitting, they're both loose. And even Mike Tyson shorts from the Undisputed version, I know that would stain as well, because of the heavy, it's too tight on the waist area. But this one is, it's okay. You can see his boot. It's made out of kind of rubbery plastic. I don't know what to say this, but the peg is already inside, and it's kind of squishy feel, so it's nice. The gloves are not, it's the same gloves basically, just different color from the Undisputed one. I haven't seen that, but I've seen reviews of the youngest heavyweight or something like that, where it's a real material, so that would have been nice. But this is an older version, by the way, so this is the one that's still prone to cracking, if I'm not mistaken. They had that issue on the youngest heavyweight champion, where they replaced the arms and legs, which is the supposedly, well, I haven't heard any reports, but the Undisputed champion does not have those. And you can see this is Headgear. Mostly, if you are an amateur, they use these, and this is kind of like a faux leather, really nice. The faces on the back is a bit too long in my opinion, though, but you can just tuck it in. And he got this nice blue robe. Now, don't ask me how his career was, or I'm not going to articulate that in this review, because I never really watched it. All I know is I have this defective upside down Everlast logo in here. It doesn't bother me. And in the back it says, Catskill Boxing Club. Maybe that's where he trained before. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know the ins and outs of Mike Tyson's career, because I don't. Once again, you can see here, but it's just a good looking figure, and I like boxing, so I figured, and this was on sale, so that's a big factor on me picking this up. In Big Bad Toy Store, I believe it's $166. It's probably on clearance, and one of the worst stands of all time. As you can see there, the Mike Tyson stand, it has a hole on the side, like I suppose you can put in the heavy bag from if you have other Tyson or speed bag, but yeah, I'm not gonna bother. I hate the stand. The stand, the clamp itself, it's lightweight and it just always falls off. Now, as far as the figure itself, ideally you want to put his tank top on him, because this is for the amateurs. But just in case you want to use this body, for example, there's two heads on the undisputed champion. You could. It lacks the proper tattoos, obviously, as far as timeline is concerned. But with that being said, you could. I mean, it's not like this is Hot Toys where if the skin is not exposed, they would use those double jointed elbows and whatever the case may be. This has you can see all the muscles nicely crafted. You gotta be careful posing this guy. This is not the same as the undisputed heavyweight champion. This is the one that's prone to cracking. By cracking, I mean this is made out of rubber. Maybe I'll do a comparison down the line, but the new one has it's more of a skeleton from the inside, and then the skin is just more of a skin. You can take it out if you want to. It's like a sleeve. This guy right here is an actual just rubber from inside out. So from the reports, if you live in like a humid country or whatever, and I live in Chicago, most of my collectibles are in the basement. I suppose you don't need to pose him any extremely, and it still cracks apparently. So if you can buy this figure, but I would be really really careful posing him around. As you can see here, in the elbow, I mean the shoulder gaps are still there. Nice detail, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful details. It's just that because on the undisputed, it's a thin skin, so it doesn't really crack from the inside. I've seen some nasty cracks from this figure. But yeah, just be careful. It's a cheaper figure nowadays, especially if you buy it from Big Bad. But head sculpt is beautiful. Actually, I like the fade here better. Compared to the undisputed. The fade on the undisputed, I pointed it out. It looks more of a painted on. Kind of like if you go to a barber shop and then they put this B-Gen to give you this darker beard or whatever, or hairline. But this one has a better fade. Paint application is, pretty much the same. The expression is not that different. That's the only thing that I'm a bit disappointed about. Compared to the undisputed champion, one is screaming and one is more of a. This is more like an Enter Bay head sculpt, like a Scottie Pippen. Like the lips is just ever slightly moving. So, and they claim that it's more of an action head sculpt, which it's not. Moving closer here, you can see beautiful figure. The texturing, the paint application, even the sculpt is really great as well. So you can see this is the second head sculpt. One is kind of like this one. The other one's a kissy lips kind of thing. This is just like a normal looking Tyson, as you can see here. Nothing's really more aggressive look. Maybe he was just. They thought he's on the Olympics. He's not. He doesn't have that rage as of yet. That Iron Mike Tyson that we all know. So, but I mean, nonetheless, it's still a pretty beautiful head sculpt. Regardless, the paint on the eyebrow is a bit. I don't know why it's a bit intense. But yeah, here he is with the headgear. I don't know if I want to put him on the headgear for too long. I'm always afraid because it's tight. Anything that's tight, even though the inside lining is white, I'm just afraid of paint transfer. So and that is a pain, by the way, to insert that bottom part, because when I got it, the hole is a bit too narrow for the strap on the chin. So what I did was I kind of have it expanded, so I inserted something so it stretches, so the following day I was able to put it in without an issue, but it came back to what it was, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, if this would just focus, that would be great. You can just want to show you the Everlast. I'm glad that this is not upside down. That would really suck. I can deal with it with a robe though. They just to let you know, if you contact Storm Collect, this guy has been released for quite some time now. I don't think they're gonna replace that, even if you have some troubles with the hands or legs. I'm just letting you know right now. So buy this at your own risk. There's knowing that there's shortcomings with this figure, and here he is, kind of pointing at his enemy, kind of like, "Let's get it on, man." I don't know if he was like that. Again, I didn't watch him in the Olympics. I didn't follow his career ever so closely. But I'm just thinking of like, decent poses here, because like I said earlier, I'm not gonna pose him extremely. I'm not about to just break $160 or $170 figure. I bought this knowingly that I'm gonna have limitations as far as poses. I bought them I just want a variation for my Mike Tyson display. I wanted to get an Ali as well, but I don't know if I just don't want to buy it for $229. Hopefully it comes down in price down the line. And here he is raising his hand like he won. Did he want the gold medal? Maybe he did. I should have Googled this before doing this review. I just want to be spontaneous sometimes when I do this. I should have done more research. But this is the separate, the different outfits. Earlier he got the blue outfit, and this is the USA. Beautiful nonetheless. Both outfits on him, and this is him with a headgear, as I mentioned earlier. I think he looks better with a headgear. It's just that the practical side of me doesn't want to do it. It just scares me that even though it's a white lining, I feel like he's gonna have some white sideburns down the line. If I highly doubt it. And here he is, and I'm cringing. I'm cringing when I did this post, because even ever so slightly when I bent his elbows afterwards, and I'm telling you, this didn't even last for 15 minutes. This shoot, I bended it in, kind of like I'm doing this pose where he's countering while, if you're boxing, how whenever you throw a punch, you got to brace the other hand just to protect your face. Kind of protecting his face while doing an uppercut. That's his move on Punch Out. But after I did that, there's already a shine of material on his elbows. Kind of like, oh man, that didn't even took 15 minutes. Yeah, so there you go, guys. Here he is, wearing a robe. Closing thoughts. I like the figure. I like the price. $170. It's not bad. There's a lot of limitations to it. So when you buy this, lower your expectations as far as poses. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Other than that, 170 is not bad. Considering in the 1/6 scale, this is licensed and all that. So I'll leave it up to you guys. Let me know in the comments down below if you're a fan of Tyson or just fan of boxing altogether. Would you go for this, or would you go for the the Ali or Undisputed? Knowing the price difference is almost half. The Undisputed is $300. This is $170. So is the disparity really that big for you? Or I suggest you get both. I'm just a fan like that. But if I had to just suggest one, like if you're short on money, this is not a bad figure. Not bad at whatsoever for $170. You can buy the head sculpt. If you really want to buy some black trunks. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about the figure? Does the 170 entice you? But yeah. Again, thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next review.